how government is taking initiatives to promote hospitality sector.
So in tourism also, when you're looking into the last 3 years, there were a large focus on infrastructure projects. So from the managerial level, most of our, we are having almost 29 central autonomous bodies imparting training at various streams. Hotel management, then travel, tourism and studies. As Government of India, we are signatory to many sustainable agreements in the multilateral platform as well as in the bilateral platform. The sustainable development goals, we also have adapted.
And I would like to invite on stage Mr. Roshan M. Thomas, IDAS, Director, Skilling and Capacity Building Division, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. Can we clap together? And this session is going to be moderated by Rahul Singh. I would request him to please join us on the stage.
Hello. Thank you so much, Nivedita. Warm welcome you, sir. Sir is from Ministry of Tourism. अक्सर लोग कहते हैं कि गवर्नमेंट्स को लेके एक पर्सपेक्टिव बनी हुई है कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल्स या गवर्नमेंट मिनिस्टर या कोई भी ऑफिशियल जो गवर्नमेंट से रिलेटेड है वो लोग इंटरटेन नहीं करते, लोगों को मिलते नहीं हैं। मगर सर ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। सर आज यहाँ आए हैं, जब हमारी टीम ने सर को मेल किया उसी दिन सर की टीम से हमें रिवर्ट बैक आया और सर ने बिना सोचे ये कंफर्म किया कि हम आएंगे, हम वैल्यू ऐड करेंगे इस समिट पे। सर थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दिस। नाउ मूविंग फॉरवर्ड टू द सेशन। ऐसी कौन सी गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स है या गवर्नमेंट के इनिशिएटिव्स हैं जो होटल होम स्टे इस हॉस्पिटैलिटी सेक्टर को हेल्प कर रही है?
So first of all, good morning to all, and I extend my sincere gratitude for the organizers of the summit to invite me. So I will try to give some of the government perspectives or some of the government projects, details about some of the government projects which is happening, which is in sync with the industry demand. So the first question is regarding
the government schemes, how government is taking initiatives to promote hospitality sector.
Because within the last 10 years, if you are seeing, there were a great focus on creating infrastructures across the country, across the sector. So tourism is also not a different sector. So in tourism also, when you're looking into the last 3 years, there were a large focus on infrastructure projects. So some of our key infrastructure projects are Swadesh Darshan 1, which is actually a destination-based infrastructure development project. So there are two versions of Swadesh Darshan 1, Swadesh Darshan schemes. One is Swadesh Darshan 1 and Swadesh Darshan 2. Swadesh Darshan 1 started during the time of 2014. So during that time, we were looking into the tourism infrastructure from a different angle. So it was based on a circuit-based concept which we were trying to develop the destination. So we came to understand that there were many lacunas, deficiencies. The basic satisfactory elements which a tourist requires was missing in our destinations, in our touch points. They were lacking of toilet facilities, parking spaces, proper nighttime street lights ka facility nahi tha. So in the Swadesh Darshan 1, it was basically that gap building exercise. Infrastructure schemes were mainly on that basis, and it was circuit based. It was the scheme was no, the project was not for one destination but for a pool of destinations. So when it came to destination 2, we became more wiser and we changed our understanding about a destination. So a destination is a place where people need to stay back. Tourists need to stay back. So the extent of time they stay back in a destination, that is an opportunity for the local economy to get more expenditure from their side. So if you are not creating value-added experiences in the destination, so it's getting some opportunities missing from our kitty. If you are just expecting a visitor to come to Agra, seeing the Taj Mahal and exiting from there, So then that means, I mean, within the 4 hours, he is going to the next destination. So we need to hold him back in the destination so that he will spend more in different aspects. It can be in a gastronomy experience, it can be in a folklore experience, traditional arts, souvenir purchasing. So this was the angle when it came to Swadesh Darshan 2. So Swadesh Darshan 2 is basically an experiential oriented infrastructural development schemes we have developed. So the other accessory schemes in this regard was Prashad scheme, which is actually focused on temple town development. I mean, temple town, masjid town. So creating a facility which is actually not only experiencing the spirituality, but also a better, perception about the dharmic paryatan. So then, in the recent times, we have come across another scheme called Saski scheme. It is extending, big chunk of, finance to the states with long, repay period, so that states will be in the liberty to frame their own projects and identify their objectives in this regard. So, पूरा कुल मिलाकर around 7,000, 8,000 crore ka expenditures almost in 250 destinations we have done in the last 10 years. So that is actually...
May I know which type of destinations are they?
So destinations, includes all the types of destination. It can be upcoming destinations, lesser known destinations, or well-established destinations.
Moving forward to this, I am adding a question in this, that how government of tourism is promoting tier 2 and tier 3 cities in tourism sector.
So basically, most of our project sites, ma'am, if you're looking, at least 70% of the sites are, the lesser known destinations, or the destinations which is not normally under the, radar of a tourist, but we are developing it, promoting it to the, expectations of a tourist. So ISKA association, we also have the capacity building schemes also in tier 2, tier 3 destinations, where we need to create, expertise in, all streams. Proper cooks we need, proper homestay owners we need, proper, souvenir makers we need. So that's also one area where we are, doing. So from the managerial level, most of our, we are having almost 29 central autonomous bodies imparting training at various streams. Hotel management, then travel, tourism and studies, culinary institutes are there, and also adventure tourism, water sports tourism. So some of the, these destinations is located in some of our, tier 2, tier 3 destinations. So jitna importance hum tier 1 ko deta hai, so the same importance is also given to tier 2 and tier 3. So this is a part of a, philosophy where we need to decentralize or decrowd the existing high priority destination which is currently now. Because from a tourism point of view, if I'm looking, Goa is overcrowded, or it's having the negatives of over tourism. But at the same time, when we are looking, India is having 7,500 kilometer of sea line. So we can create, at least 200 Goas on our coastline. So we need not focus just on one Goa. Just the thing is that we have to widen our, products across our coastline. So the same thing happens in the hill resorts also. The largest number of, Himalayas, the 4-5 destinations which is overcrowded, we have to think beyond that. The large number of, hilltops are available for us in the Himalayas, in the Western Ghats, Aravallis. So it all can be developed into a proper hill vacation spots.
Coming to the sustainability part, how government of tourism is implementing sustainable policies on ground level?
Because as government of India, we are signatory to many sustainable, agreements in the multilateral platform as well as in the bilateral platform. So the sustainable development goals, we also have adapted the sustainable development goals. And also from the past 2 years, Mission Life, which is a very, I mean, flagship ideation from the Honorable Prime Minister. So, uska basis pe we have actually created a sub story. I mean, Travel for Life. So, Travel for Life is a adaptation of the sustainable goals which has been mentioned. I mean, when a tourist is there or when a visitor goes to a destination, what are the basic elementary things, I mean, which we can, I mean, forgive or compromise so that it is going to add to the planet for the future. So like local consumption of food, I mean, reducing the, I mean, plastic-free environment, the reduction of water usage, then locally, I mean, biodegradable, I mean, packing materials, edible cutleries. So it is actually a part of a large scheme of things which we are undertaking under Travel for Life. It was a campaign which we have launched in association with the G20 Summit. So following that, in most of the schemes which, I mean, the projects which we are sanctioning, the DPR should clearly mention what are the sustainable concepts or sustainable part which they are implementing in the project size. We focus on the carrying capacity because a destination is having a carrying capacity. Beyond that, if you are inviting guests, it will not give a possible, I mean, a happy feeling for the tourists, neither for the residents. It will spoil the fun of that thing. So in our condition, I mean, most of our destination, the local resident population is also almost matching the carrying capacity of the destination. So there is a very limited area where, I mean, the tourist carrying capacity is there. So that is also part of our, I mean, understanding. So that is the area where, which I have earlier suggested. I mean, so decentralizing from one destination to other destination, which is offering almost similar, I mean, tourism experiences. So then we have, I mean, Paryatan Mitra is one of our, I mean, capacity building flagship campaign, where, I mean, creating a network of people who is from the destination, who will be ensuring that the tourism is going to be sustainable in that destination. So it will be from various streams. I mean, residents have been trained, the taxi drivers have been trained, the people who is involved in green jobs will also be trained. So it also imposes a sustainability, I mean, philosophy within the destinations.
Coming back to the compliance part, how government is helping in licensing and permissions?
Sorry?
How government of India is helping homestay or this sector to simplify their licensing and permission thing?
Okay, licensing. So from ministry, I mean, from the central government, I mean, most of our, I mean, licensing is voluntary based. We are not enforcing the licensing part. But at the same time, I mean, as a government of whole, we are, I mean, having the understanding that there has to be a great easiness of doing business. So gradually, I mean, we are going into a trust-based, I mean, enforcing system that when you are applying for something, it's the self-certification which has to be, I mean, valued. So when a hotelier is saying that, okay, my hotel is of, I mean, 5-star category or 4-star category or 3-star category, and the services is there, I mean, if he's taking the self, I mean, valuation or self-certification, normally the government should not be in a position to, I mean, doubt his integrity. So his integrity will be under doubt only when the feedback mechanism or the rating mechanism or the complaint mechanism or the grievance mechanism is talking otherwise about him. So in the previous session, somebody was saying about the customers complaint, positive, negative. So if a repeatedly negative complaint is coming about the services or the quality of a business registered, so then it is the worry point of the government that, okay, something is wrong. So then we will do the, I mean, inspection or the other aspects, and based on a reporting based system, we will verify whether what he has done is right or not. So gradually the government is moving into that aspect. So, and the licensing also, I mean, right now, because we are just a moderator in the system. I mean, many of the assets or many of the subject which we think about licensing is under the state government purview. So we cannot enforce a proper licensing mechanism, but we are in understanding with the state governments also to make the life easy for all the entrepreneurs or all the people who is doing business in tourism sector.
We can take some questions from audience too, if anyone is interested. Anyone? Adrija? Sir wants to. Mic.
Good morning. I just want to ask an initiative for maintaining heritage property in India, because they are the destination where people want to explore.
So the Prashad scheme which I have mentioned is having a component of heritage into that. But at the same time, many of the heritage properties, I mean, comes under the state government. So each state government is having their own, I mean, heritage, I mean, conservation policies in this regard. I mean, some states allow the owners to retain the heritage property, convert it into commercial purpose, without denaturing the character of that heritage property. So some state governments, I mean, have a joint partnership in many of the heritage properties. So it's up to, I mean, the state government. But from the central government side, I mean, since we are too much, I mean, one of our priority areas is cultural and heritage, as I mean, tourism. So we also are building up many guidelines and schemes in this regard. So by the time when the next financial cycle comes, I mean, which will be in place from 2026 onwards, you can see many schemes also there to protect, support, and also incentivize, I mean, protection of heritage structures.
Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you so much. The center is doing a lot for the states and the tourism. The most of the people he sits here, we are from homestay or the villas. The problem is that this is always situated in the suburb area, in the village area, comes under the village. Ever you ask for a accountability that any panchayat or corporation comes to a property and ask, you have any problems? We go with the problems, we apply for it for license, or many other things. But we don't know where the paper lies, what happens to it. So do you have any checklist? Say, I am running a property. You can give me a questionnaire of 20 or 24, the checklist. I requested for something, asked for, not for a favor, the legal, the way things was to do it. I hails from Kerala, I tell you, 75% of the homestay have never have a registration. You know the reason? People don't want to do it. The hassles, the problems, absolutely unfriendly. With an authority, I can speak to you. You feel to cry. So it's not a complaint. Government is doing everything. Where is the accountability? Why don't you give a checklist to us so that we know where the file lies? The technology is going to the high. Artificial intelligence is there, computer is there, internet is there. Can I find out where my paper lies in the paper? No. Most of the cases settled in the officers or authorities' house, not in the office. It's not a complaint. I love my country, so I made it, this statement. Anything you have to say?
So the point is, I mean, valid and well taken, because when we did a study for, I mean, how to ease the business, I mean, how to ease the procedures, I mean, we came to know that, okay, almost to start a business in tourism, I mean, almost 20 to 25 different types of permissions, different types of, approvals, concurrences is required. And when we analyze, many of these approvals can happen parallelly also. It need not follow one after the other. So when it is been, we also had pilot study how to bring all this into a digital, platform. Something like a digital health mission. We are visualizing something called National Tourism Digital Mission. So where the purpose, your purpose is to start a homestay. So there will be one thing, one page which will be coming for you. You will be, applying in that page, and it's just like ticking the, whatever, permissions you require. So once you tick in that thing, so that digital portal itself will be taking you to respective, one after the other or parallelly, it will be giving you the permissions. And wherever the lacuna is there, it will be intimating you through a, messaging system. So it's all in its pilot, version. And whenever we discuss the matters with the state governments, we also, try to educate them, make them aware about the system, the demands from the industry. So hopefully, I think over the period, over the next, few years, we will be able to do something. Because as he already said, when we are putting too much of restrictions into the game became subterranean. People, the legally abiding persons or the legally abiding business person will not be coming forward to this, licensing system or this formal regulatory mechanism. They will run their business below the licensing or below the regulation system, which actually will be difficult for the government to enforce the quality and standards. Because in our Nidhi Plus, where most of the homestays, where Incredible India gives registrations, in the total country, there is only 11,000 bread and breakfast registrations which we have given, and around 4,000 homestay classifications which we are given under gold and silver. But when we are looking into the country, it's a very less number. There will be at least 10 times or 20 times more enterprises working without proper registrations. So when I'm saying that, okay, I need to have this quality in the same locality where my friend is running the business, so there will be another party who will be running a business without any quality standards, who will be having the flexibility of wide gap of price adjustment. So that's all, known to the government, and we will be trying to cap all these issues.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Time is up. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for joining.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a huge, huge round of applause. Thank you so much, Mr. Roshan, for giving your time to us and marking this beautiful day. I would request Mr. Amit to please felicitate Mr. Roshan.
देखिए, आप लोग जब होटल में आपका कस्टमर आता है उसके बाद जैसे रिव्यू नहीं देता, वैसे ही आप तालियां कम बजा रहे हैं. एक गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल सुबह सुबह आप लोगों को एड्रेस कर रहा है और इतने अच्छे से सारे क्वेश्चंस लगभग कवर किए. सो एक बार और बजा सकते हैं हम लोग तालियां. थैंक यू.
Thank you so much, Mr. Roshan, for being here.